Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Omion Emmanuel. I'm an architect and the owner of buildingcontractorsecrets.com. It's a blog that gives you tips on building construction. I started the blog 2007, so it has taken some years now. Um, what you are going to be watching on this channel is going to be very beneficial to you. If you are thinking of building your house, I can tell you a lot of people are calling me and thanking me for helping them because they were able to kickstart their building projects and they were able to manage the project effectively, even while they are abroad and anywhere. The tips you are going to get here, I can tell you, it's a no-brainer. So I want you to share this video, like it, also subscribe to this channel because others are on the way. You'll be having what I will be talking about here. There are articles that are on my blog, buildingcontractorsecrets.com. There are over 100 plus. But apart from those articles too, we are going to be having practical sections. I mean, on construction side, those ones are also going to be coming up. So subsequently, all my articles now, let me just say there'll be videos. They'll be on YouTube and on Facebook. So for this particular video, we are going to talk about ways of financing your building project. It's very interesting. I wrote this, I think, 2007, September 24, 2007, and it's still relevant forever. To get a loan to build a house, you must understand that a collateral is always needed. But not everybody is comfortable with this arrangement. What becomes of you if you are unable to pay back? Let's talk about all the means, then you choose the one most suitable for you. Number one, personal savings. That's one of the ways you can finance your building projects. This is by far the most popular method people are using to get their house built. There's no fear of creditors knocking on your door, and it gives a lot of rest of mind. Honestly, no matter how small your salary is, you can build a house if you set your mind towards it. There is always a case of you saving from whatever your income is. Study has shown that 30% of the moderate level of what we get monthly goes to buying very unimportant goods and junks. So whatever you are getting, I can tell you can still build a house, no matter how low. Even be a primary school unqualified teacher, if I may put it that way, can build a house. Just look at the 30% of what you spend on frivolities. You can save that money. And when you save the money, how do you save it? By cutting off unnecessary costly food in costly restaurant, make inventory of wasteful spendings, and start saving 20% of your income. Now, you see, the good thing is that there, whatever you have, there's always a plot or a property for you. It's just the difference is just the location. Now, if you stay in places like Lagos, for instance, that the expansion is every day, I'm telling you, you can go far to the outskirts, get a cheap land, and in no time, before you know it, development will meet up with the place and it will become something very big, you know. So professional benefit most from this type, with upfronts, profit sharing, and commissions, among others. So personal savings, among others, is the first option if you want to acquire a land and building a house. With personal savings, there are advantages too. I will tell you the advantages and the disadvantages. All these are also on my blog, but I'm revealing today to you now. Advantages: there is no debt to service or pay no matter the tons of things. No debt. You are not servicing any debt. Rest of mind, since there's no creditor coming to knock on your door. It is healthy at the long run. When your mind is free of fear, you are most likely to live a healthier life and avoid hypertension. Very straightforward. It give you room to channel your earnings towards something valuable and give you more responsibility. Now you know you are not collecting loan for it. Now, whatever you are getting, you want to plan for it and you live within your means, which is which is good. Now, these are the disadvantages. It may take a long time to achieve your dream, especially if you are not planning well. If you know, the kind of land, the amount of land you are supposed to get, the type of land you are supposed to get. Maybe instead of looking for a solid land, a fairly stable land, you are thinking of buying a waterlogged land. That is a no-no for somebody that is collecting so little. Instead of moving out of the main bubbling area to the outskirts, you are thinking of getting a land in where the crowd is much, where there is serious competition for land. It's a no. So disadvantages: it may take a long time to achieve your dream. That's true. It bites on your income and may moderate your style of living, which is you will moderate your lifestyle. Staying for too long might make somebody to lose interest altogether and abandon the project. That is very true. If the project is there for too long, you may lose interest. There's always fear of families of Omonile landowners rising up to lay dubious claim on your land, especially when the seller is dead because of long time of building. That one, even while you may have all the papers, some people will tell you it's on lease. You know, there are a lot of, though that one can be taken care of, but they do happen at time. There's always probability that the savings might be converted for other uses. As savings come, somebody is healed, may go. Savings come, there's need for, to pay school fees, and goes like that. Inflation and cost of material and labor may also be seriously catching in. This one, as you are saving your money, at times the inflation can just be eating it up while you are saving. What you are supposed to use 20,000 naira for today may not be the same next tomorrow in building construction, especially in Nigeria. Now, the next one is workplace mortgage and loans, those that are working. This is most attractive to workers that are planning to invest in real estate, though it is mostly used for personal buildings. But giving honest advice from me, it is mostly for personal building. But giving honest advice from me, it is better for you, a young man or woman, to build it, then rent out and let the building pay for the loan back while you sit down and collect rents. Then now use the dividends to finance another project. You know, you you collect the mortgage, you are able to build a house. Maybe it's 3 bedroom bungalow. Uh, you can rent out 1 bedroom, you can design it and rent out 1 bedroom out of it. What you are getting from there, you can be using it to pay the mortgage. And before you know it, the pressure will not be on you because the value will keep increasing. At least for now in Nigeria, the value will keep going up. So the National Housing Fund remains the most attractive way for those who desire to build with loan, especially the civil servants. It is designed by the government to aid the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria with less bureaucracy, unlike before, and it offers presently a maximum of 5 million naira at an interest rate of 6% and a whopping 25 years of repayment tenure. I told you, I wrote this 2007, so it may have changed, but this is what was there then. This fund can be joined through any of the mortgage banks in Nigeria. Okay. Now, the advantages of mortgage: fast completion of building, which is true. The paying back period is long and it's removed automatically from your monthly income without you feeling the pinch because it is usually very small. Very good. The interest rate is very low. True. If you understand real estate, this opportunity can turn you into a millionaire. You agree with me? There are some, let's be practical. There are some places where the lands were, let's say, were bought by civil servants. Ibrahim Adesanya, some of these Jakonde estates and all those stuff. You can imagine how much they were paid. They paid for such buildings those days compared to the value of those buildings now. You know, so you can actually turn into a millionaire if the place develop and becomes mega. Most of those lands now, those houses, you can't get anyone less than 20 million naira. You want to sell them now. So these are the disadvantages. You are indebted for a very long time, which we know. Interest rates, no matter how small, will still eat into your pockets. Don't forget that. Sudden severance of your job may leave you in the cold against your creditors. What if you are unable to get another job? Yes, if there is no job, that could be an issue. You know. Now, the third one is thrift and cooperative housing schemes. This method is becoming more popular among the young workforce, and a lot of cooperative housing schemes are springing out daily. It employs the same old mode of operation, only that in this case, you are expected to own a home. All members put resources together to build houses for each member in areas of choice. This is an alternative to mortgage for the low-income earners who makes monthly minimal contribution over time. I mean, cooperatives are everywhere, housing cooperatives everywhere, and it's good, it's working well because you pull your fund, you go and get land cheap, and you build for everybody. Now, these are the advantages. Just as in mortgage loans, fast completion because of readily available funds, you know, uh, bringing money from everybody. At times, members purchase large expanse of land and divide between members, which is more comparatively cheap. They get professionals to do the project in large volume, and the professionals in turn charge less because of large numbers of jobs. Cheap. House costing, housing costs can be reduced by 25% with this method. Yes, when you are building much more, the cost will go down. Encourages other mutual benefits and promotes friendliness. It encourages friendliness, neighborliness, if you can call it that way. Now, disadvantages. It definitely goes without saying that the cooperative society of choice must be well researched and thoroughly investigated to ascertain the commitment and integrity of its members. Some members can decide to default, and this may lead to the collapse of the cooperative club. Some members default. That will be the problem. It will be a problem. How are you sure of the cooperative? Are they okay? Are they not a fraudulent type? Are they the type you can really work with? The fourth one, land speculation and capital markets. Have you parked into a developing area before which is still full of vegetation? Within 3 months, what you will notice is such an inflow of people of that location, either they are trying to secure their land or are encouraged by moving into the location by you. I don't know if you have tried that before. And are sure of meeting neighbors to talk to. Transact business or probably for security. Whichever, there is always a trend of people moving into a location because somebody like you have just moved in. So what happens as you have more traffic? The value of properties in that area will naturally increase. So when you are buying a land, why not make it two or more? You know, you got to a place that is very cheap, but you got there, you are the only person around, you clear the land, you build your house, probably street lights, and you start staying. Before you know, everybody that bought land around that area will begin to build their houses. And what happened? The value of the place jacked up. Now, when you are buying very cheap. You can just buy two, you can buy three. The moment you do the area and you move in, maybe just out of 3 bedroom bungalow, you are able to just do 1 bedroom and you clear the place, you move in. Now, the roads are there, everything is, it's opening up. The value will begin to go up. The time will come, you can just sell one of those lands and use it to complete your house. You know, That is the beauty of this one. Now, these are the advantages. You may not feel the pinch of paying so much because of your investment that will augment for you. This may be a starting point for you in real estate investment. This will give you a first-hand knowledge on how it works. Benefits like naming of the street after your name and others are still there. You are not bothered by repayment of loans since you are building from your investment. So you can see the advantages. I mean, you just discover, okay, where the estate I'm in, I know that place when it was being sold for 450,000 naira for a plot. Now, a plot in that same estate is now 50 million naira. You can imagine what we're saying. So, some civil servants that were supposed to be completely poor now, they are millionaires because they have one or two of those plots. In fact, a lot of them that have one plot, they've cut their plots into two, sell half, and use the other half to enjoy their life. So the advantage is much if you can look at some areas that are not yet open and you try and get those places and you move in, just that little opening up, before you know it, others will come in, the value will go up. Disadvantages: because this is a fresh area with less development, you may not have access to some infrastructural facilities already existing in the main towns, which is true. It may take some waiting for other lands to appreciate before you can complete your project, which is true. Now, the number 5, sourcing of loans from your bank. With consolidation of Nigerian bank, this is 2007. I don't know. There are banks that are still giving loan as much as 5 billion. But yes, sourcing of loans from your bank. With consolidation of Nigerian banks, there's a lot of money now available for business transactions. So banks these days are ready to loan you money to be able to complete your building. Though this process is the most difficult to choose. Advantages: completion of job in time because of availability of funds. If you are sure of the location, then you may sell the building and make quick profit because of fast completion. Right? Getting the money, I think, is one of the disadvantages. Request for collateral, bureaucratic bottlenecks, getting the money, especially in Nigeria. And because of the experiences, the banks got, this 2007, as I told you, banks are no longer giving out money to real estate to build houses like before because of maybe defaults, bad experiences. But there are still real estate. In fact, somebody just got about 5 billion and was able to pay back. So, dividends from high yield investment programs and shares. High yield, high risk. High yield, high risk. High yield, high risk. You can lose your money. Some smart young couples are making use of this program to develop their own stressfully. Though high yield, high risk, this is by far the best and the easiest way I can recommend to anybody when building their house. That was then in 2007, not now again. It's not the easiest. Because if you don't understand, you see, let's be open to ourselves. If there are people that are gambling and they use it to feed their family, buy a house, live their life. There are people that are doing this bet Naija or whatever they call it, football betting, but they are like professionals in that. So Ponzi, because shares, cryptocurrency, I do all, and the rest like that. They are just one thin line from them and Ponzi schemes. So things can go wrong and things can go well too as well. But if you want to be smart with things, high yield investment scheme, what you do is that the little you get, keep removing, keep changing it. As you invest, you remove, invest, you remove, invest, you remove. Before you know it, you have money set somewhere that you can use for whatever you want to use it for. So let me read through. Though high yield IRAs, this is by far the best, and as I said, not again, best and easiest way I can recommend to anybody when building their house. Before present problem with most of the high yield investment programs, there's a high yield investment program being promoted by an oil and gas firm in Nigeria called Prospectus. That has gone. It's no longer there again. These are the things I'm talking about. You invest 450,000 in their company, and the turn in turn by the end of every month will be paying you 40,000 in 12. As I told you, this was written in 2007. Now there are people actually that invested in that kind of project then, and they make quick money and they build their stuff. But it's risky. You can lose money. A lot of people also lost their money. So the difference between them and Ponzi scheme is just, in fact, it's a Ponzi scheme. Yes, there are a couple that grew theirs that were collecting 200,000 naira per month because they had 5 slots and blah blah blah. And they were able to do something out of it. And there are a lot of people that lost millions. So on the internet, you know, this cryptocurrency, investing in relatively unknown no crypto, investing in forex and other in shares, I tag them the same. You need to understand how to play the game. If I have football betting, you need to understand how to play those games. Don't just jump in if you don't have mind for it. Uh, for this type, expect to lose your money. So, in other words, put the money that you can afford to lose. But when the money comes, don't be greedy. Just be removing your profits. So when the whole thing collapses, it's just you may have made far more than the capital, but it's just small portion of the amount of your money that will just go with it. This one, I'm not encouraging it, but some people use it. Advantages: very easy to generate steady flow of cash for your building. The more investment, the more money to help in financing your building projects. Disadvantages: high risk. Shares may plummet, cryptocurrency may go down or disappear, forex may just crash your investment. Companies can pack up tomorrow. Wrong decision by investment company may lead to closure of business, thereby affecting you. So, in all, choose the one I've discussed on 6 different ways of financing your building project. You can marry all of them together and you still get your stuff going and you build your house. But like myself, really, for somebody that is young and is coming up, I'll prefer if you can just save a bit, honest opinion, save a bit, go outskirts, buy 2 plots of land, develop little by little. As a young guy, maybe coming out of the university or an institution, just getting a job, probably just getting married, little by little, you move in, the place becomes clearer, it becomes more open, little by little, the value goes up. Sell the other land, use it to complete the one you are into your taste. And you can also decide to become an agent, a real estate guy from there. And your real estate will have to start from where you have enough properties that you can introduce to your friend. You can from there begin to do something like that, and before you know, you're up there. Thank you. Uh, there are more still on the way. There are new ones that will still do practical session on them. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.